the royal lineages have been broken in many, many houses. That is why we are in this mess. Something that somebody doesn't have. It is not theirs. You see, chieftaincy and royalty, it is based on three things, three pillars. One is hereditary. So if in our family we are lepers, we can't do anything about it. So chieftaincy is hereditary. You must be necessarily a heritage person. You cannot just wake up and say you are a chief or you are a manche. It should be hereditary. And secondly, the chieftaincy, it is ancestral. Ancestral. Who of you should have a lineage that the chieftaincy follows. And it is perennial. It doesn't die. You remember in the Bible, in the book of Genesis, this thing was cut. He went into the bush for 7 years. He came back and he was restored to the throne. So chieftaincy is perennial. So if somebody, they have a chieftaincy and for a time they are not around, they can come at any time and claim their thing. Greetings from the Nii Odoi Kwao family to all of you. This is Nii Odoi Kwao II of Usu Anumansa. And we have just done our sprinkling of people, which signifies one of the sacred traditions that we observe every year. You also saw that we ate banku and okro soup. Now, the place where we did the eating is the grave side, or on the grave, on the tomb of Nii Odoi Kwao, the first. I'm Nii Odoi Kwao, the second. And his favorite food is banku and the okro soup. So that is what you saw us eating. We use that to remember him. Now, my message to the youth: don't be hurried to get rich. In fact, the youth has brought upon themselves the stress because they see other youth who display wealth, having cars, having houses, and things like that, and feels that they have been lacking behind. It is not true. Life is a gradual process. So please, do not put pressure on yourself that, oh, somebody I finished school with is now living in a flat and things, and look at where I am. I'm still sleeping with my father or my mother. Please, don't think that way. It is not true that you are lacking behind. When you do that, you bring stress on yourself. And to quell the stress, before you realize, you are into drugs. You are into illicit drugs. And then you become addicted. There are the substances that make someone addicted are many. So if you don't take care, and druggery is just like spiritism. When you start it, you cannot stop. So please, the youth, exercise patience. There's no hurry in life. You will be able to make it. It is not somebody's standard that you should get a house. That is the standard for everybody. So please, do not put stress on yourself. Now, chieftaincy matters in Accra here. It is because those who think they have money, ill-gotten wealth, they must control affairs. So you find out that the royal lineages have been broken in many, many houses. That is why we are in this mess. Something that somebody doesn't have, it is not theirs. You see, chieftaincy and royalty, it is based on three things, three pillars. One is hereditary. So if in our family we are lepers, we can't do anything about it. So chieftaincy is hereditary. You must be necessarily a heritage person. You cannot just wake up and say you are a chief or you are a manche. It should be hereditary. And secondly, the chieftaincy, it is ancestral. Ancestral. Who of you should have a lineage that the chieftaincy follows. And it is perennial. It doesn't die. You remember in the Bible, in the book of Genesis, this thing was cut. He went into the bush for 7 years. He came back and he was restored to the throne. So chieftaincy is perennial. So if somebody, they have a chieftaincy and for a time they are not around, they can come at any time and claim their thing. So these three pillars. But today, it is the highest bidder. And those whose things belongs to them, they will also don't sit down. Just like us, the Nii Odoi Kwao family. Some people have gone to form Nii Odoi Kwao. And yesterday I heard them. One, Benjamin Teteyebu. He is a son of big boy who is called, is it Ben Davis? Sammy Davis, Yemu. And his grandfather is not a Ghanaian. His grandfather, Kujo Sardin, or BK Yemu, he's not a Ghanaian. He's a Nigerian by birth. Because one Yemu Kanta from Labadi, who went to work in Calabar, took him from an abandoned place. Because there, when they give birth to twins, they send one off. So that is what happened. So they cannot be our family member. Far away, Nigeria, they cannot be our family member. So these are the ones who have been worrying us. And in fact, they use political leaders to worry our family. And if the government doesn't put its foot down, we have reported them, we have used this thing, the evidences and everything. But anytime the police arrest them, there is a call from the Jubilee House, and then they are left free. So we are appealing to the IGP, to the President, to the Attorney General, because the cases are all before them, so that if they want peace in the country, for them to rule, to have their peace, they must put their foot down and flush out these charlatans and the criminals who have found their way into royalty. Because why? In every profession that we have in Ghana here, there is a disciplinary committee. Why is it so? Because people who are criminals find their way into professions and they use it to do bad. So whether in the law profession, whether in the medical profession, in all the professions, even in the churches, there are disciplinary committees. Why are they? Because there are unfaithful ones who will do bad things. So these committees are there to check them. So that is why the government should not sit down and think that everybody is clean and therefore they will sit aloof. There are criminals who have found their way into chieftaincy. There are criminals who have found their way into royalty. There are criminals who have found their way into even our churches. And so government should sit down and then strengthen the disciplinary sections of society, like the police, like the Yoko, like the courts, so that criminals are dealt with. They will not stop till their kingdom come. But the laws must work. And that will make us all to go about our law. And that will stem most of the chieftaincy disputes, especially in Accra here. If the government puts its foot down and the courts do their work well, it will stem the tide of this pokoi sprinkling that there is a rival and this and that will stop, or even bring to the barest minimum. There is an issue because Nima, there is a family in Nima called Futa family. They went to court that we have installed a chief in Nima and they are not happy about it. So they have collaborated with the police administration and they deny us. I think I already told you what happened 2 years ago. So every year, when it's getting to Homowo, then they will go to court. This year, it is the police themselves, because as for the Futa family, court have ruled against them. Last year, October, at Land Court 5, they were told in plain language, it is by one Wahab Naima judge. So I have the judgment here. So they have been ruled out, that they have no way to stop us from doing anything in Nima or anywhere. But now this year, it is the police who went to court. So the police are supporting the Futa family, who are not legitimate. So like I'm saying, that's not bringing peace. The police are supporting them. So this time it's the police who went to court. And you know, when they went to court with the injunction on us, we went to court, then they withdrew the injunction. They said they will file another one. The Homowo is 26. They filed the case, the injunction, on the 25th morning, Monday. But we read it in court, and then we argued orally, and the judge upheld our cause that nobody can stop us from doing anything in Nima or sprinkling pokoi. It has been given at the Kotobabi District Court on the 25th of August 2025. But in order for us to get the ruling for today, the whole day, since morning, we are at the court. We haven't got a copy of the ruling, and the police were in court, so they heard it. But you know, everything is evidence-based. So we decided that we have already decided not to sprinkle people in Nima this year, because we have a national funeral mourning, and the chief mourner is on our soil, which is the Flagstaff House. So we have shelved the sprinkling of the pokoi. But the police had been tasked by the court to assist us to distribute the pokoi to various houses and groups. But we know that the police is complicit in this matter. So we don't even rely on them. But we have distributed our equipment in our own way without any incident. So that is how everything has transpired.